No. Shut it. Do it again.
This episode may contain loose forms of nudity, caveman, growling aggressively, and words not meant for the ears of young children. Viewer discretion is advised. This is a production of the Must See TV Broadcast Network. Like, share, and come along for the ride. Join the tribe. And if you're watching us right now on YouTube, then you already know what to do, don't you? Smash that subscribe button. The caveman won't bite, not really. And if you are ready, and if the caveman is ready, then let's kick this show off. Growl, growl.
Caveman's call echoes through the stream. Click that button, join the dream. 45 days, we're live on cue, reviewing the wild, the weird, the new. Must see TV, it's the vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call. After shows where stories unfold, hidden gems and secrets told. Crew's got jokes and little flair. Once you're here, you're staying there. Must see TV, it's the vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call. From caveman grunts to streaming gold, new adventure, stories bold. Every moment, every beat, grab your spot. Front row seat. Must see TV, it's the vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call. Must see TV, it's the vibe. Click subscribe and join the tribe. Laughs and chaos, we've got it all. One big crew answering the call.
Got my popcorn ready. Got my drink. The lights are down, now steady. What do you think? Will it be good or stink? Curtains up, cinema. It could be great. Curtains up, cinema, or seal your fate.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new episode of Curtains Up Cinema. Now, a couple of things to get across your way before we start. We had a movie review planned today from Sony Pictures Classic. It was called East of Wall. It's literally really something how this how the producing of this show goes, and just from year to year, all the little things that you don't see. But what you don't see is what we do to get the movie playing in the background and set all this up where we can provide commentary and a review and a generally great experience. So we couldn't do that this time. So I got up at like 5:30 in the morning, and I told Pebbles this. So Pebbles here. Say hello, Pebbles.
Hello, Pebbles.
So I got up at 5:30 in the morning, and as I always do, I put the movie on and start working on the film. But as I'm working on the notes, there were more than one question marks. And the question marks we always have to consider is, and always have to put down in the notes is, how much this movie made. What was the production budget? How much this movie made domestically? How much this movie made in other seas? Combined for a combined total of. And we just couldn't provide that information. The stars of the film seems to be all over the place as well. Some sites are reporting one actress. Some sites are reporting extras and actresses. And I didn't feel comfortable putting all this in and saying, due to unreliable sources, the budget is not available. Due to unreliable sources, we can find a production budget. Due to unreliable there was just too many things attached, if that makes sense, Pebbles. And so I messaged our wonderful producer, and he started to cite what I cited. And he started to push back a little bit, and I can only assume when he does that, somebody really wants us to take a look at the film, meaning Sony Classic Pictures. This is a movie that probably they would love more attention and more love. But the relative information was not available for us. There's a reason why it's a big soliloquies in movie reviews, the way we do it. Because we have to. We have to give the proper credit. We have to give the proper numbers. And when we don't have that information, it's kind of hard to do a show like that. I mean, we have the movie playing in the background, and if we don't have that, what's to say a bot flags us for no reason? You know, what's to say somebody just copyrights strike us for absolutely no reason? I said if they would like us to do this review, then their reps can watch when we go live and make sure that doesn't happen. I'm not saying no, because I definitely want to do the review. I'm saying let's push this back until Sony can give us some real data, some credits to provide, because it's not there. It's really strange. So if you're watching this, Sony, please give us some information. We would love to review this movie and not have you worry that the review will be taken down. Oh, you were gonna say something? Pebbles?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't really realize you needed a response from me there.
No. I thought you were gonna, because I heard your mic going back and forth. I'm like, oh, she's gonna say something. No? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That's my ears playing tricks on me. So yeah, East of Wall review is coming, but that's just at a later time, when we have all the relative information to pass along your way. All right. That's a little bit how the sausage gets made around here. Now let's move on to why we're all here today. I watched the movie, everyone.
Woo!
Yay! So as you know, Chris Stockman made a movie. The movie is called Shelby Oaks. It came out a little while ago. And I thought, hey, since we can't review East the Wall, we can review this movie tonight. So for those of you that don't know who the man is, he's a movie YouTuber. He's been on YouTube for over a decade. He's the one that did the Hilariosity reviews. But generally, he is someone who loves film. And he got an opportunity to make a film, which is really great, due to a production company picking it up and due to backers on Kickstarter helping him out with the film. And I think that's really great. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a look at this movie. I'm going to see if it's bad. Why is it bad? If it's good, why? Is this a slam dunk? If it is, why? If this is a above average horror movie and that's it, why is that? And we're going to kick all this off with the synopsis handled by my daughter, Pebbles. So, Pebbles, let's do it.
I'm ready. So today we're looking at Shelby Oaks. It originally came out in 2024, but it only recently came out, in drumroll caveman, today in North America. So that's really nice. It is supposed to be an American supernatural horror mystery, as you mentioned, directed by Chris Stockman in his directorial debut. Executive producer is one of the more interesting credits on this list. Do you want to do it, or can I do it, caveman?
You can do it.
Okay, so the executive producer of this film is Mike Flanagan, and you may recognize that name because he has also written and directed films such as Oculus, Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly, and Midnight Mass. So a very good supernatural horror name attached to this film.
Yes.
So Chris Stockman was born April 15th, 1988, and he, as the caveman knows and said, he is a YouTuber with over 2 million subscribers. He's also an approved critic on Rotten Tomatoes and a member of the Critics Association. And just for fun facts, he is publicly pansexual.
Ooh, I have no
spicy.
idea. I have no idea what pansexual is. He Peter Pan?
Pansexual just means he likes everything and everyone. It's the person, not the what's between the legs.
So he likes trees too.
Yeah, he likes anyone.
He'll
any
have
human.
sex with trees.
No, just humans.
Oh well, that's a little bit misleading.
And that's as much as we got on the more personal side of it. The cast is no one really big. I didn't recognize any of the names.
Well, we should probably run it down.
We're looking at Mia, played by Camille Sullivan. And looking at Camille Sullivan, she hasn't done a whole lot. She's been in a show that I love called Shoresy. She plays one of the coaches in Shoresy. She's also been in just a few other kind of low-budget horror films. And then we also have the other lead character, Riley Sarah Dunn. We don't see her a lot in the film, but she's, again, very unknown. No big movies. She was in Renfield, but I don't see the part.
Renfield was a great movie.
It was a great
Oh
movie.
my! It was. I wish we talk. Well, we'll probably because it's Halloween. We'll probably review it next, depending on if it's enough time for our producer to get word to the studio that we want to do this movie review. So we might. I really want to take a look at Renfield. I really, really do.
I think the most notable actor on this cast list is Mr. Keith David, who you may recognize as one of the voices from The Princess and the Frog, Has Been Hotel, Coraline, Rick and Morty. But he's primarily a voice actor. Yeah.
Jinx!
I will say, Caveman, he also did voices in the Disney series Gargoyles from
Oh,
1994 to
dude, Gargoyles
1997.
are just...
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is. I know Disney's been wanting to...
Resurrect Gargoyles.
make a live action movie. on
Resurrect.
Well,
Yeah, bring it back.
Yeah, bring it back. Yeah,
Bring it
yeah.
back from
I
the
know
dead.
Key and Michael Key and Peele, one of them pitched a Gargoyles movie, and that Disney said no. So I don't know why they would. Well, maybe because he's an awesome young director and Get Out and stuff like that. But who am I to say? I don't know.
Yeah, but truly there really isn't too many notable people on here. Michael Beach from The Rookie, as well as Brendan Sexton the Third.
Yeah.
And he was just in Russian Doll. So no one super, super big.
All right, let's go to my positives first. Thank you, Pebbles, for that.
We love a good breakdown here in the cave.
Yeah, we do. So my first positive is actually of two. The lead actress, what's her name?
The lead actress again. This says something about the film. Camille Sullivan.
Camille Sullivan.
She plays Mia.
Yeah, Camille Sullivan. She actually is really, really good in the film.
Yeah, she's a good actor in Shoresy, so that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, she only has two emotions in the film. We'll get that. We'll get to the negatives, but I think she carries a lot in this film. Unfairly, I think. I think you should have other people driving your movie, and it's not like one person pulling the rope. It's like multiple people. She carries the movie, and if this movie makes any money, it's going to be because of her. And Chris Stockman needs to like show up to her house with a bag of money, saying, "Thank you for helping me with this film."
She deserves it. Although I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
from the trailers, she deserves it.
Oh yeah. My second positive is this movie looks really good.
The trailer makes it seem so interesting.
Yeah. This movie looks really, really good. I do love the cinematography. I thought the cinematographer did an excellent job lighting the whole film the way he did. And Chris, again, needs to show up with some money saying, "Thank you so much." That's it. That is it for my positives. Unfortunately, I think there is a real disconnect on YouTube about this movie as well. I want to mention that a lot of YouTubers are giving this a 6.7, 6.8, 6.9, not knowing what that number really means. I think a lot of them are speaking through their heart instead of their head and what they are actually seeing on screen.
Oh, 1000%. Because even though this movie just kind of came to the masses today, it already doesn't have very good ratings. I'll be honest with you, Caveman.
Actually premiered in 2024 in Montreal.
July.
Yeah, in Montreal. And so this film was hinted at all the way back then. The trailers actually make it better than what it is to watch. And the Red Band trailer that Neon put together, they need to have all the credit to the world to them because this looks really interesting in the trailers. But I think it's important, right? I think because a lot of YouTubers grew up with Chris, right? Grew up his movie reviews, his hilariosity reviews, right? They grew up by watching him review movies. And I think any one of them going into this movie and say, I can review this with an objective opinion is not being genuine to themselves. They're thinking more of here than here. Right? And that's the problem. That's one of the problems that has gone on here. Like 6.7, and you ask these YouTubers, do you even know what a 6.7 really means? It means it's a way above average movie. Right? Even the Red Band trailer has 400,000 views, which is, for someone that has a big following like Chris has, is not a lot.
No.
Right? Not a lot. So my first negative is the first act of the film. All right. What you heard is true. This starts very, very, this found footage is the flavor of the day. And this is very exposition dump heavy 30 minutes. So it's found footage, but then you're just getting fed all this information. It's like the film doesn't trust the audience enough to figure everything out.
It's funny, Caveman. I was reading something today. I think it was the New York Times, and it was an interview with Jamila. I forget her last name, but she was in The Good Place. If you've seen The Good Place,
No.
But essentially, they in movies now are making it so you can watch them while browsing on your phone.
Yeah.
And that's what you're talking about. They make it so dumbed down and simple so you can browse and still know what's
But-
happening in your movie.
But it's
Not good cinema.
It's not. Here's the thing. Found footage, it's so passé. It's so 2000s, right?
I was done after the Blair Witch Project.
It was done after the Blair Witch. If you're going to do this, you have to do one or two things. You have to make it transformative to the medium of which you're drawing upon. And two, just has to be engaging. And it's the first act. 20, 30 minutes. Why is this 20, 30 minutes? Why am I for 20, 30 minutes? So, I don't only walk the walk here. I talk the talk. Okay? If you're going to do this, how about this? Don't make it 30 minutes. Let's cut it down to 8 minutes. Okay? And the movie starts with a live stream. But you're not watching it. You're not like watching a shaky cam, right? You're actually in the stream. You're in the stream. You have the YouTube header on the left. You have the live at the right. You have comments coming in at real time, right? You have this in 2 intermittent blocks. So it could be July, it could be August, and each live stream gets worse and worse. So by the time the last live stream comes and no one's there, you have all these comments saying, is this really happening? Where did they go? And you can actually write the exposition in a way that it's not holding your hand while still leaving you in that deep water to begin with. And then after that, the movie starts. You don't need 20, 30 minutes. You don't need this.
No. And to break it down for all of them who don't know, no spoilers, because I haven't seen the movie.
Okay.
This movie centers around a group of friends, including Riley Brennan. They run a popular YouTube channel called The Paranormal Paranoids, focused on ghost hunting. And they eventually find...
how good would that be if you just start in the live stream, and each stream is like 2 blocks, and it's told in 2 and 3 blocks. It doesn't matter, and it's told in a way where it gets worse. It does a bunch of things. It's found footage, but it's not quite found footage, right? It's tricking you into be like, all right, well, this is cool. I've never seen this happen before, right? And by the time the last live stream comes and they're gone, you're invested. The problem with this is you're not invested in what's going on. You're bored to 5 to 15 minute rule. It's so important. It is so important. That is where the audience gets engaged, or they're like, oh God, please make it be over. And that's what happened here. It's like after 5 minutes of this, I looked on my phone and I'm like, is this over yet? Is this done? Is this finished? Right? So if you do that, my version, there's no need for 20, 30 minutes because you're already in the film at that point, right? You know what's going on. You know what the film is about. It's about this girl in Shelby Oaks. That's gone. That's it. So,
come to find out, the setting of the movie isn't actually where the people live. It's a nearby town called Shelby Oaks that's been completely abandoned for heaven knows what.
Yeah.
And eventually, after you get past the first part of the film, we end with the group mysteriously disappearing and Riley turning up dead, and Riley is the only one that has disappeared.
Yeah.
And that leads us into the present day, which, as Caveman described, could have been brought to a little bit quicker.
Yeah, you're tricked. right? It's found footage, yes, but it's not at the same time.
It starts about
It
12,
is-
13 years
it-
in the past.
It is transformative, right? Because I don't think there's ever been like a found footage movie that starts in the stream or starts directly in the camera like that before. So that could have been done without 30 minute opening act where you're just bored from the get-go, right? My second negative is this looks like someone that, remember, Chris has been reviewing movies for 10 years. He should have retained a little bit of that knowledge. Be like, okay, I like this, I don't like this, I want this, I don't want this. It looks like someone that graduated film school and decided to make a movie. That's what this movie looks like. This is what this movie looks like. It's visually stunning. It looks good.
It looks terrifying.
But it's hollow. It has no spine.
It's a very, let's call it 2016 approach to horror.
Yeah,
which
it's-
is unique and special within its own right. But I wish I remembered the name of this film, but there was a film that came out about a year or two ago that's essentially the same thing. It's a found footage, but it was done in a new and unique way through live streaming. But this one just kind of throws it in willy-nilly.
Yeah. So that's my second negative. It's like it looks like somebody graduated film school and decided to make a movie. That's what it looks like to me. Like the pieces are better than the man that's sitting in the chair. And unfortunately, the man that's sitting in the chair didn't take all that 10 plus years of criticizing movies. He didn't take that all in. And unfortunately, by doing that, he has proven every one of his detractors absolutely correct. There is criticisms. I'm talking to Chris right now. Chris, there's criticisms of you not watching film, just taking the excerpts and synopses and what you hear, and you write them in the script, and you put it in a review. That's the criticism. I very much am in line with a lot of those criticisms, and you have proven every one of them right. You have proven me right. You have proven everyone right by this movie. What are you trying to say? As a filmmaker, as a film director, who do you want to be as a filmmaker?
May I say something,
Okay.
Caveman?
Before I go on?
I
Okay.
think as a filmmaker, he wants to be Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
Because if you look at this concept, this is something that Mike Flanagan delves deep into with his other shows, especially the Netflix shows
Yeah.
like Haunting of Hill House and
Yeah.
Bly, where there's a beautiful amalgamation of modern technology
Yeah.
and its part in telling the story of horrors of
Yeah.
the near past.
Yeah.
Or far past, depending on what show you're watching.
Yeah.
But it really seems like he tried to make a Mike Flanagan-esque film. And
Yeah.
we
It's-
want to see you, Chris.
Yeah.
You for you.
We want to see you.
I'll watch Mike Flanagan for Mike Flanagan.
So, as I was saying, what filmmaker do you want to be, Chris? Do you want to be a filmmaker that specializes in visual language? Do you want to be somebody that takes modern Asian sensibilities and transfer it to a North American audience? Do you want to be a person that holds up the mirror with visual language, the stillness and the silence? Do you want to be that person? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? at the end of the day, what are you trying to say with your films? And ultimately, that's what he doesn't understand. He doesn't get. There's a lot of theoretical stuff that he gets, but the practicalities of making a film, that's what's missing. The way that stories are constructed, the narrative, the plot, the dialogue, all the stuff that you need to make a competent film is not here. This film looks like he wrote a spec script, wrote visual language, and said, yeah, that's a working shooting script. That's a working shooting script. That's not a working shooting script. A shooting script is completely different. Right? And unfortunately, that's my going back to my negative. It just looks like somebody graduated film school and made a movie. Had no idea what he was doing. It's voiceless. It's voicelessness. This film. It really. I know I'm going back and forth on negatives, but it really is hard to pin down because there's so much wrong with this film. Right, Pebbles? There's so much thing. That's why I'm going A, B, C, D, E, and back to A, because there's so much wrong with this film. This film is rated R. Why? Why is this film rated R? Right? We say this.
Some of the imaging is kind of gruesome.
Yeah,
I will
but
say
this film is rated R. When you do a rated R film, a hard rate, that means you're going to have blood. You're going to have all this kind of stuff, right? You're going to use all the toolboxes that's available to you as a filmmaker, right? And you're going to put this in this film.
But
this
again,
has a little bit of blood.
He also isn't the one who rates the film, though. That's
America.
and this has a lot of
in the script. No, remember, he's a writer, producer, in the so it's
he's
absolutely
the big three.
He's the absolutely. So he wrote a rated R script, but
guess.
not knowing what that entails. If you were to put this PG-13, nothing would change. All that would change is you get a wider appeal. More people can go and see this film. And a little bit of blood and swearing does not mean you get to call this rated R and that's a day. No, rated R means you have something to say. You have no way to say it unless it's rated R. You have no way to tell the story without having it be rated R. Right? You have no way to tell the story. And it's not a rated R script. I'm sorry. It's not. It's a PG-13 script.
I will say, though, upon further research here, it would have been rated by the MPA, which is the Motion Picture Association. And honestly, with what's going on in America right now, and to be fair, this movie is a little bit demonic. So maybe I think it could just be an unfair rating based on the MPA. But I don't think it's a rated R script nonetheless. I think the MPA got it wrong.
I think
he probably wrote it as a PG-14.
No, here's the thing. Well, the MPA will listen to you. So you have a hearing, right? You get to go up and say your piece, right? And if your piece is met, then they'll listen to you and grant that rated R. That's how it works, right? That's how it works with every other studio that the NPA slaps a rating system on. But I mean, it's not a rated R script. It's just not a rated R script. And if you say it's a rated R script, and the NPA looks at it and says, "Yeah, it's a rated R script," they won't challenge it whatsoever. They won't challenge it whatsoever. Why is this rated R? Because it has blood, nudity, and swear words.
And demons.
And demons, yeah. But The Ring 2. The Ring 2.
Yeah, honestly,
mean,
the
that's-
trailer read very Ring-like.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
No, but like The Ring 2 was PG-13.
Yeah, that movie didn't need anything higher than PG-13.
Yeah, it's
freaky.
freaking. It had like
Ugh.
Yeah,
I don't want to think about that. That gives me nightmares.
yeah. So that's why I'm going all over the place because there's so much wrong with this film. Like I said, it looks like he didn't retain anything from those 10 years. Right? And he has proven every one of those detractors in me absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. There's a big difference between talking about it and doing it. There's a big difference between talking about it and sitting in that director's chair, Chris. Right? That's a big difference. Right? And I think you should go back to the drawing board. I think you need to find your voice if you're going to direct another movie and you're going to write another movie.
And I think he will find his voice. He just needs to find something that relates to him and his experiences, because I think the most creative and best movie producers or directors, think Quentin Tarantino or even Mike Flanagan. Sorry, I do love that man.
Yeah.
You get really unique stories like True Romance or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where you find things that inspire you, whether it be the Manson killings or just a Bonnie and Clyde crime spree. He needs to find his footing in what interests him. And this, I don't think it's the right footing. I think it's someone else's shoes.
No, it's a lot of, like I said, practical knowledge, right? A lot of like camera work, and he knows like that. But when it comes down to like a story perspective, like a dialogue, timing, pacing, what makes a horror movie, he does not understand that. He does not know the fundamentals of what makes this genre so cool.
It seems there was just a lot of ideas taken from a lot of places, like an abandoned prison, an abandoned theme park.
Yeah.
In Shelby Oaks.
Yeah.
If they had that much infrastructure, why are they abandoned?
Yeah.
And you don't, from what I see as someone who hasn't read the film or seen the film, you don't really get answers to that. It's presumptuous.
Yeah.
Caveman, you can correct me on that if you need.
It's a little bit of that as well. It's a little bit of that. My next negative, I have some more. My next negative is the actress. Not the actress so much, but what she was given in the script. She carries
the film on her back.
Emotions in the film. Being really fucking scared and being really fucking sad. And when you start an actress at 10 and when you start an actress at 10, there's nowhere to go for that actress.
You can't go up.
There's nowhere to go to the actor. She can't go down. She can't go up. So it loses the punch. It loses the punch of your story of what you're doing. If you're telling a story like this, there needs to be a wide gamble of emotions. From sad to happy to crying, from laughter, from anxious, all those emotions. But there's not. Why do you ask? Because when those emotions come, when the scare moments come, it will be earned. If you have someone that's 10 right out the gate, then nothing will be earned. Nothing will be earned. And it would have helped the script a lot if she wasn't starting from 10 right out of the gate. Right? But that's I said a couple of negative. That's just my last negative. Right? My last negative of the film. This, at the end of the day, this is a above average horror movie for a YouTuber starting in this industry. It is okay. It is okay for a horror movie. It's an okay horror movie at best, and at most, a bad horror movie. And that's what this is at the end of the day. I'm giving Shelby Oaks a 5.4. It's voiceless. There's no rhyme meaning on what's happening. It's the opening act. It's what, for me, killed the movie. It really, really did. And it seems like I said, he never took anything, what he said for those 10 years, to heart. And that's, for someone that's been writing scripts for that long, he should have this. He should have it. Like,
You should have a better idea.
Yeah, he should have a better idea. He should. This is a hollow movie that looks good, but has no heart, no direction, and no spine. And at the end of the day, Chris, you have proven every one of your detractors correct. That you have not watched any movie in any relevance to review them. And at the end of the day, it's a shame. It's a shame. You had a chance to say, no, I really watched all those movies. This is what I learned. This is what I took to practice. And you didn't.
This was your debut, buddy.
Yeah. And you didn't really show us
Any
anything.
chutzpah.
Any chutzpah. You didn't. Like I said, what are you as a film? I don't even know who you are. What are you trying to say? What kind of filmmaker do you want to be, Chris? You didn't show me anything here. So, that's me. We get to put this on the YouTube full channel. Yay! So, until we see each other again, my friends, next week, take care, be safe, be well, and we love you all! 50,000 plus, and may the Schwartz be with you. Pebbles, take me home.
From the greatest stories told to the bottom of the bin.